Hey everyone, today I want to talk about give you an update on the X550 overlanding build. And today I want to talk about the electrical system setup. So first off, we've got a 200 amp hour deep cycle battery. Weighs 135 pounds, it's really heavy. It's about 20 inches by almost 9 inches by 8.5. So the battery is hooked up to an inverter, right? Positive, negative, and right now the inverter is showing 120 volt output, 13 volt battery power source, and full power. So the battery is at 100% right now, or close to, and it comes with a remote. Once the light loses 2 notches, then I got to start driving around so it charges the battery up. So realistically, I own out of a 200 amp hour battery, I can only use 100 amp hours. Now, yes, I could use a whole 200 amp hours, but then that would damage the battery, and the recharging powers and retention of charge would be greatly reduced in very short time. So and let me see what else. It's connected. This is the remote control here, and here is a little, let me show you, there's a little ground for the chassis of the inverter, and I just snaked it through and used the ground group right there. We've got a made in China. All this stuff was ordered from Amazon, by the way. Smart dual battery isolator, and I got the 250 amp just for overhead safety. And so this is a battery isolator. So what it does is you hook it up to your battery and the auxiliary battery, or a subordinate battery, and when you start the car, it will detect a spike in the power from the alternator. And when it detects a spike, it will allow the alternator to charge the stock and the other battery. So the way you hook it up is you got, I know this is black and red, but just imagine the black one is also a red one. I could not find a red 2 amp wire readily. So anyways, so you've got 2 positive wires. The one closest to, if you look here, there's a power button here. Yeah, the one that's the emergency power. So if you need to start your car, your battery's dead, you can use the auxiliary battery. So you press that button there. But the one closest to the start emergency button is to your stock positive terminal, and the other positive terminal is to your auxiliary battery. So if you look here, you've got 2 positive terminals going to your auxiliary battery, one to the relay and one to the inverter. And then the negative terminal from the inverter also has a minor negative cable that goes into the isolator, as well as the stock negative terminal. This is a temporary setup just to make sure that everything is working, and it seems to be working. So we're gonna see, let me see, we're gonna see what happens. Right now 12.8 on the main battery and 13.2 volts on the auxiliary battery. Now when I turn the car on, we're gonna see what happens. Let's see if this thing really works. Okay, so it's powering up. The main battery now, look at that. It is 14.5, 14.6, and that's the alternator. And then you look at the power increasing on the subordinate battery, 14.4. So 14.5, 14.4. So we know that it is allowing power to go to the subordinate battery as well as the main battery. So it works. If you apply more power, it will allow both batteries to be connected so they can be charged. If you take away power, it will isolate that battery, so only the auxiliary battery is being used.